How's it going, garden people? Welcome to the Hidden Gardens. It's the very beginning of April here in my Zone 7 garden, so we're going to take a look around and see how things are looking. Starting over in the front side yard garden, yet to be named, you can see that all the daffodils are starting to pop up that I planted in a video a while back. I planted alliums as well, but the bunnies seem to think that those are so tasty. This blue cloak fir is doing really well, so I'm glad about that. Slow grower, but it'll be pretty when it gets bigger. Looks like all the abelias are still yet to be determined as to whether they actually made it through winter. Fall planting for me can be a bit hit or miss depending on, how dry the winter is, how much moisture, how cold, so on and so forth. So we'll have to see. It looks like quite a bit was more of a miss than a hit, but still yet to be determined. The salvia that was planted, as well as the catmint, that seems to be coming back. So not all is lost. The castle spire, blue hollies, the rabbits did get quite a few of them around the garden. These two I was able to protect, which is why they still have some leaves on them. So there's that at least. And we've got, I think that this is yarrow that's coming up. I'm not sure if anybody knows for sure, but I believe this is yarrow coming up through there, which is fine. It gives off these little dainty flowers, so those are pretty, you can stay. And here is a star magnolia that's budding out, so that'll be blooming soon. Look for my shorts to kind of see what you don't see in garden tours as far as things blooming. I'm better at shorts posting that. And the sky pencil Japanese holly, it looks like one part of it made it and the one part didn't. That's true for a few of them, so I think about 3 of them I'm going to have to cut off half of it because half of it made it and only one really made it well. So it is what it is, I guess. These Dragon Prince cryptomerias seem to be holding on, at least. So keep your fingers crossed that they just keep hanging on until things kind of start to warm up and feel better for them in the garden. Over here to the front entryway of the yard is called the Wonderland Garden, and there's quite a bit of stuff planted in here, lots of perennials. Quite a bit is coming back. Lots of daffodils are popping up, so that's going to be a pretty exciting show. Again, keep an eye on my shorts so that you can catch things that are blooming. I'll almost always post on shorts when things are blooming, just in case they don't make it into an actual garden tour. So again, the rabbits did do quite a bit of damage in the yard between the alliums, as well as some of the Japanese holly that looks like they've gotten to a little, and definitely the blue hollies, they've just limbed them quite up. So I do have more coming. I will have to protect them until they're at least big enough, but I'm gonna give it another try, and we'll just kind of hope for the best, because I do really like the look and they do really well as far as temperature and taking the full brunt of the afternoon sun, all of these things. So apart from bunny damage, we're hoping for the best there. And it looks like the silver mound artemisia that's planted all through there is coming back. This baby blue spruce, I believe it's a dwarf baby blue spruce, but can't be positive. Either way, it's got enough room to kind of grow for quite a while before I ever need to worry about it. And it's beautiful. I love the placing here. It's a really nice tree, so really enjoyed that. As you can see, another Japanese holly that just didn't make it. This one is the only one that fully died, so I'll definitely have to replace that one. But there are good things coming. It looks like the Tradescantia grass that I planted is coming back, so there's that. And the lavender twist red bud, that's made it. That's budding out, and that'll be pretty to see grow up and get bigger. I have cut back all the hibiscus. Pretty much the garden's mostly been cleaned up with the exception of the butterfly bushes and the caryopteris. I gotta get to that. More Tradescantia grass over here that made it as well, so that's good at least. At least some things did make it through. More alliums over here that the rabbits have feasted on, so I don't think I'll be getting any more of those unless I decide to put them in some tall pots. And then we have the Ruby Falls weeping red bud right here. And we took down the lower limbs and we're just going to keep the top branching. And I love that tree. It's so pretty when it leaves out. It's got these beautiful red deep heart-shaped leaves. And we've got some sedum coming back. The red twig dogwood looks really nice. It's a variegated one when it leaves out. So that'll be pretty this year because it's definitely gotten a bit bigger from last year. So that's exciting. There's a bunch of bee balm that's coming back. There's quite a few plants scattered throughout here. So we'll have to see which ones have made it through. More sedum coming back. So that's exciting that those are coming back and doing so well. Hibiscus back there. And then these geraniums, it looks like they've made it. They were looking a little sad for a little while there, so I'm glad to see that they're perking back up. This geranium definitely needs to be divided. I should try to get on that fairly soon. This snow fountain weeping cherry is ready to bust out with the most beautiful, dainty little white flowers. The whole thing will be covered and it's amazing. So again, keep an eye on the shorts so that you don't miss the blooming if I don't get it into some type of a garden tour. If you're new here, please consider subscribing so that you can keep updated on how things are going and growing along in the garden. Place for you to hang out, whether you have your own garden or you're just along to see other people's gardens, whatever your gardening journey looks like. Here we have a dwarf bush honeysuckle that's starting to leaf back out, so that's good. And the grass that we just divided, cross your fingers, it comes back. Catmint's doing really well, so that's a definite. Here's a glow stick. Japanese holly that definitely didn't make it in the middle there. However, those tulips are coming up. Looks like the bunnies can't reach those. Whether I'll replace those glow sticks or not, I want that look, but I don't know. We'll see. And as you can see, there's just a little smorgasbord of tulips here for the bunnies to just chew upon, I guess. But there are some daffodils and a pot of hyacinth in here as well. So, of course, they're not eating that one. So either taller pots or protecting the tulips so that the bunnies can't eat them. As you can see, like closer to the door, it looks like they're more sketched out to try and eat. Yeah, it's a learning curve, I suppose. Really such a fan of those Dragon Prince Cryptomeria, though. I'm really liking those. And bunnies again are getting those little alliums that are planted there, but the sedum's coming back over here, which is good. Summer Skies butterfly bush that's needs to be cut back still. And these Tina Sargent crab apples all have buds on them, so that's exciting. Those made it through the winter, and they hold on to their berries. They're persistent, so they'll hang on to them until either the birds eat them or they shrivel up and just kind of get pushed off and slough off into the ground. The birds did get the majority of these berries though, so that's good. You can see the newer growth is going to push out that older growth, the little bits that are left. At this point, I have done the majority of what needs to be cleaned up in this front area, gardens at least. And we have a Miss Lemon Abelia, which this one's been planted. It's gone through a winter already, so it is starting to come back. But it's a little bare, so hopefully those other Abelias are going to come back. I don't know, we'll see. And again, the half made it, half didn't situation with this other sky pencil Japanese holly. Don't know what that's about. Most likely I'll just cut out the dead and let the rest grow and hope for the best. This Pieris japonica was also fall planted, but it was looking a little rough when I planted it, so yeah. These hellebores, however, I did plant. They were looking rough, but they are coming back, as well as these iris are also coming back. So quite a bit has made it, quite a bit is coming back. So let's focus on the positive and keep on going, because that's gardening. Not everything is going to make it that you plant, and not every plant is going to thrive where it's planted. It's just, it is what it is. That's gardening. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. Failures happen. You know, it's just like life. You got to learn from these experiences. You got to take what you can and take that knowledge with you as you move along. These hellebores are just absolutely stunning and amazing. They've bounced back beautifully, even the ones that I moved. These hydrangeas are coming back, which is pretty spectacular. I really like these ones. These are the lace cap type, and they're really pretty. The catmint, again, is flourishing. I can't tell you how many times I've moved that blue wonder catmint around the garden, but there it goes. It's coming right back without any concerns whatsoever. So some plants are tougher than others, and sometimes it's the plant, sometimes it's the gardener. Could be a combination of both, could be none of those things. It's okay. It's okay for failures to happen. It's the best way to learn. So the garden to-do list is never ending, and my time that I have to get out here between everything that I've got going on and all the little munchkins that I'm raising on top of the little plants and little seeds and all the things, it's slow going, but it's going. So if you're a new gardener or a long-time one, let this be your reminder that go at your own pace, do what you got to do when you can do it, and everything else, let's just hope that it pulls through. Not every garden is going to look perfect right away. It takes work, and it's constantly evolving. That clump of white hellebores, as well as a clump to the right here, I just transplanted, and they didn't even skip a beat. They're all blooming so beautifully. So it just goes to show you never really know. So I hope that this video inspires you to continue along on your gardening journey, whatever that looks like for you. And thank you for coming along on mine.